We don't care if they're full strength, half strength, quarter strength. There's a new sheriff in town, and you better keep your dirty feet out the club.
You are Locked On Wolfpack, your daily podcast on the NC State Wolfpack, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, Wolfpack Nation? It's time to get locked in with Locked On. Thanks for making Locked On Wolfpack your first listen each and every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network, your team every day. Our Tuesday evening post-game live is brought to you by FanDuel. Use your profit boost on an NBA future and get entered for a chance to win a trip to the NBA Finals. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. What's up, Wolfpack Nation? Happy Tuesday evening. 82-58 over the Dirty Foot Club, the largest margin of victory over the Heels since 1962, a 24-point win in the Lenovo Center. We're fired up here. It's a game that we had to have, and we flat out dominated. And I know the immediate storyline is to say, they didn't have Caleb Wilson. Oh, Henry Veesaar didn't play. We don't give a damn. What was NC State supposed to do? Postpone this game until they're healthy? That's not how the world works. So maybe you could put that back on, well, maybe Hubert Davis didn't construct the rest of the roster to be conducive to success outside of their front court, because their back court today, we had the clamps on them. NC State played a fantastic game. Really, they might have been better on defense than they were on offense, and that's saying something. But a 24-point win over the Dirty Foot Club. Kenton, this one feels good.
I don't feel bad for this team at all. I never will. Couldn't happen to a better team. But 1 of 9 on the night, 0 of 3 from deep, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 personal fouls, 1 turnover, 4 points. I think Seth Trimble is in the locker room listening to Akon right now. You know why? Because he's locked up. They won't let him out. They won't let him out. He locked up. You know, this is a very, very tough time for the Dirty Foot Club. And I get it. Coping and seething is easy to do in a moment like this. It's easy to do. And so I'm going to let those bozos talk to themselves for a minute. And I'm going to talk to Wolfpack Nation. Don't it feel damn good to have Will Wade as your coach?
Sure does.
This is what me and Grayson were talking about in terms of some results are not, everything's not going to be perfect. The collapse last game was absolutely horrendous. But guess what? How many times do we have to hear, this is the first time since 74. This is the first time since 62. This is the first time in 3,000 games. How many times do we have to hear that before you start believing Will Wade is the goods as a coach?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know about y'all, but anytime I hear that many firsts coming out of a team, somebody's got to be doing something damn right around there. This is a great game. This is a wonderful game. John Rothstein said that Matt Abel is an emerging X factor for NC State. And I said, baby, welcome to the party. You're a few months late, but we're happy to have you. We're happy to have you on the Matt Abel hype train. And you know what? The boys of Locked On Wolfpack might put a little something in the coffers to keep him here in Raleigh next year. Because I'm going to tell you something. He was born. He was born for a moment like this. He was born for it. And Darian Williams, Unc must have called him soft again. Unc must have called him soft. He must have got that call.
He must have went a little further than just soft, because my man had incredible toughness tonight.
Let me tell you something. Against bigger players, no problem. Let me take you down into the waters. Let me take you to the deep end and baptize you real quick. You know, and then on the perimeter, there was a sequence that I tweeted about during the game where D. Will is locking up their guards. Matt Abel gets a steal. We go down and miss a 3. Matt Abel gets the offensive rebound and puts it back. What this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. You can feel nothing but jubilation. And most importantly, I'm going to toss it back to you, Grayson, but most importantly, I remember a certain coach before he got here. I can almost remember it. My eyes are closed because I'm visualizing it right now. I remember a certain coach saying, you're going to be able to walk around with that block S on your chest at work like, yeah, we're with the Wolfpack.
Yep.
Yeah, that's who we are. I might just go for a run in my Letterman tomorrow. You understand? Get a couple miles in on that thing because I want the whole world to know the Wolfpack is back, baby. Again, Will Wade is the goods. This team is the goods. Is everything perfect all the time? No, but this is a damn good team. And every win and every loss does not need to be a referendum of what this team is or what they ain't. Because again, yes, horrific loss against Louisville. Yes, horrible to blow it against Miami. But we're talking about the biggest blowout of the Heels since 1962. If you stack me and Grayson's ages on top of each other, that human still would not be old enough to see this.
You want to talk about showing up to the party. Matt Abel, just a freshman kid. And, there were some high expectations placed on Matt Abel coming into the season. 5-star freshman, the first high school recruit of the Will Wade era. And we're still trying to figure out, what's his role really going to be for this team? Can he be a microwave scorer? Might he start at some points of the year? What's the real impact that a kid like that's going to make? Tonight was the biggest impact he had made in any single game of the entire season. And what a night to do that, might I add. A career high for Matt Abel, 19 points. He was 5 of 7 from downtown. And every single one of those threes that he hit, it had to feel like a shotgun blast to the chest for those in light blue over there. Because it was like the timing of when he buried those, including the one at the very end of the game, off balance, fading away, just for show, really. Didn't even need that shot. But he just gave him one more for the road to send him on out of there. What a performance from the freshman. And, again, watching him progress as the season has gone on, he's made some freshman mistakes, as, freshmen do. But he's gotten incrementally better, incrementally smarter. The game's starting to slow down a little bit for him. And, there's times you're still going to have some of those growth moments, like, some of those like we saw on Saturday against Miami. But to respond like this, on a stage like this, you're on ESPN, you're playing your arch rival, and you play your best game of the season, especially when you have Darian Williams that's out for a bit. I want to talk more about Darian Williams here in just a second, but this was an unbelievable performance from Matt Abel. He deserves all the credit in the world. This performance, it might have some life to it amongst the Wolfpack faithful because, it's not often that we forget guys that put on for us, like I said, on a stage like this. So shout out to Matt Abel. Phenomenal night, 19 points. He had 6 rebounds as well. Humongous performance. He was mixing up with the big boys as well, trying to get some rebounds for us. So his toughness and his intensity and the energy, we've said this really all year, the energy that he gives you is not really something you find in many players, and you can feel a tangible difference when he's on the floor. Felt it for the entirety of his time on the floor tonight. Now, Darian Williams, and his toughness has been questioned. His intensity has been questioned. His effort has been questioned. And, tonight doesn't mask the entire season, but I'd be damned if I tell you he didn't earn a lot of respect from me tonight. To land literally on your face, flat on his face. Didn't break the fall with an elbow or a shoulder. He broke the fall with his face and busted open his eyebrow. Blood everywhere. It was a scary sight. But I had a slight feeling. I'm like, I don't know if this is going to be the end of Darian Williams in this game because he had gotten off to what looked like the best start of the season so far. He had 7 points immediately right out of the gate. And to lose some of that momentum, him coming off of the floor, it's like, man, I hope we don't lose focus from everybody else here. Right. To watch him come back out of the tunnel, stitched up, fresh jersey on, had the blood off of it, no nameplate on the back. I don't think there was anything that was going to keep D1 out of this game tonight. And even though he still had limited minutes, I think it was only 17 minutes in totality, he gave you 13 points. And he showed you that he was not going to quit regardless. And I think a lot of people kind of get caught up in the comments that Wade makes after the game saying, oh, we're a soft team. We got a bunch of nice guys. We don't have guys that are going to fight and claw for all of this. There's something to be said for maybe he takes it too far in that. Why aren't you telling them that? Why are you telling the media that? First of all, he is telling that to the team. But second of all, I saw that as a challenge. He's challenging his team publicly, saying, hey, I've been trying all season to get through to you guys. What is it going to take for y'all to buy in and get tough and have more want to than you've shown all year? And what Darian Williams showed you today, he's been the most criticized player, not even close on this team for the entirety of the season. For him to put it all on the line for NC State, he deserves a ton of respect for what he gave us tonight. 13 points, 6 of 10 shooting.
Darian Williams, his energy spread to this team tonight. And I mean that. I feel like it's safe to say Quadir Copeland is the emotional leader of this team. But when Darian Williams is bringing the passion that he brought to tonight's game, we were up 20 points, second half. Sanye is on the ground diving for a loose ball.
Yeah.
That's what you get when Quadir Copeland is going to bring it every night. But when your best players, when your star is bringing it, and that's not to say Quadir hasn't been our best player, but when you've got Darian bringing it as well, it's like, you know, when you were in school and they used to light all the matches next to each other, like you would light one match and then just watch it go on down the road in science class. It's like that because we saw it tonight. We saw 7 points out the gate. And then after that fall, stitch me up, I'm going back. Stitch me up, I'm going back. I'm not worried about nothing else right now. I'm worried about getting them dirty feet up out my crib. That's what I'm worried about right now. I ain't worried about nothing else. We'll worry about tomorrow when tomorrow gets here. I need to be back in this game. Throw me the 34 jersey. I don't care about my name being on the back of my jersey. Put me on the court. When that happens, when that attitude is there, and here's the other thing, Grayson. We talk so much about on the boards, just keep it close. We know the size deficiencies that we have compared to other teams. We know the things that we lack compared to other teams. And this one, you lose the rebounding battle by 3. That's what we know. We know playing in the ACC with what we have in our front court, you're naturally going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage there. They battled and they fought, and this was a game where there was like, from start to finish, there was never a foot taken off the neck. There was never a moment where it was like, oh man, you know, we got him down. We're good now. This is the type of stuff, and again, it was spearheaded. Even though the minutes weren't there, even though the points weren't there because of the injury, it was spearheaded by D. Will showing up to this game and showing from the moment the game started. He didn't wait till we got down to lean up. No, he started the game right here at the TV screen. I mean, I'm locked in. I'm strapped in. I love to see that.
Yeah, much more to discuss. We'll get deeper into the numbers here of how this game went so well for the NC State Wolfpack. This comes on the other side of an ad break. Stick with us. Our first post-game sponsor here on Tuesday evening is FanDuel. Have you ever wanted to experience the NBA Finals live and in person? Well, FanDuel is giving you the chance to turn that dream into reality with their NBA sweepstakes. Here's how it works. You can use your profit boost on any NBA future, and you'll be automatically entered for a shot to win a NBA Finals trip for 2. That's right. Flights, tickets, the whole shebang. If you love looking at futures this time of the year, well, now's the time for you on FanDuel. Whether it's picking a team to win the championship or just grab a conference title, it adds that extra layer of excitement to every single game going down the stretch. And now, not only can your pick cash, but you can also be sent to the finals with them. Visit FanDuel.com in order to get started. Use your profit boost on any NBA future. Get entered for your chance to win a trip to the NBA Finals. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Our second post-game live sponsor is Indeed. Workplace chaos. Deadlines are stacking up, inboxes are overflowing, and the one position that you have to fill is still sitting open. When the pressure's on and you need the right hire, this is the job for Indeed. Indeed Sponsored Jobs helps you reach the right people who actually fit what you're looking for with skills, experience, location, all of it. You're not just hoping the right candidate will stumble across your post. You are locating them and making sure they get that interview. Here's a stat that says it all. In just the minute that I've been talking to you, companies like yours have made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. So if you're hiring, spend less time searching and more time interviewing candidates who will actually check your boxes with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. That's Indeed.com/podcast right now and show your support by saying you heard about Indeed from this podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Middle portion of our post-game live here, 82-58 over the UNC Dirty Foot Club, that is. I won't lie to y'all, I have my eye on the Virginia Tech Miami score because if that one goes a favorable direction, might end up back up in fourth place by the time the night is over. But great win tonight for NC State. It was a team effort. And again, I want to harp on this one more time. We have a very special point to make this, and Kenton's already fired off a great tweet. I don't want to hear anything about, well, we're missing our top two players, and this game's not the same. We're not the same team. On a basic level, all of us NC State fans, we get that. We know that you're not the same without Caleb Wilson and Henry Veesaar. However, you still got to play the game, because let me walk you back to the year 2022, and it's not on the hard court, it's on the gridiron. If I remember correctly, Kenton, NC State had gone through not one, not two, not three. They were on their fourth quarterback, a practice squad quarterback, and he had a name that sounded like Ben Finley. NC State went on the road and played a ranked Dirty Foot Club football team who was led by quarterback Drake May, the best quarterback they've ever had over there. And NC State won, didn't they? They found a way, didn't they? They didn't let injuries be the excuse of why they lost that game. They found a way to get it done. So you can't tell me squat about why UNC lost this game. You couldn't hit a three to save your life, and NC State played pretty good defense. The end result here is NC State, they handled their business. They beat you by 24. Again, what were we supposed to do? We can only play who's on the court in front of us, and we put belt to behind tonight. So lose the excuses, get over it. I thought you were a proud program over there. Are you gonna use excuses now? Really? Okay. Anyway, 24-point win. Great performance here from NC State. You got 13 from Darian. You had 10 from Paul McNeil, a couple big-time three-pointers. Trey Holloman was kind of off and on the court tonight. He twisted his ankle on literally the first play of the game. To be honest with you, I was glad that he was able to just get back in the game. Obviously, he had some ankle troubles, not once, but now twice here this season. So hopefully he'll be healthier moving forward. I don't think he was playing at 100% the rest of the game. But Quadir Copeland, 20 points tonight, 6 boards, 7 assists. The engine and the glue guy, as he has been the entire year. Let me tell you something about Quadir Copeland. That cat was born to play in this here game. And it's like already making me upset that we only get it maybe one time. What I would give for 4 years of Quadir Copeland getting in the face of a 7-foot center and calling him too small when he's taking him to the rack. I saw a great tweet from Rob McLam of Inside Pack Sports. He said Carolina could have held Quadir at gunpoint tonight, and he was still going to meet you at the rack. You were not getting in his way. You couldn't tell him nothing. He would have took all 5 of them to the rim if he had to do so. He probably would have gotten to the line afterward, but unbelievable effort tonight from Quadir Copeland, leadership. And again, this is part of the reason that Will Wade does go so hard on them in the postgame in the media. He's challenging their toughness. It's kind of like what we talk about on here. Who do you want to be? What kind of team do you want to be after you get embarrassed? That's more or less what Will Wade is saying. And tonight, especially, I think Quadir Copeland answered the bell.
Oh, no. Look at this. We're bringing up records since 2000 now. Oh, they're hoping for Roy Williams to come back over there, ain't it? Oh, is Harrison Barnes walking through that door? No, Raymond Felton. He's got to be walking through that door, right? Get out of here, Bozo. Get out of here. This is, at the end of the day, this is the type of game that shows, this team and what we're doing moving in the right direction. At the end of the day, this is moving in the right direction. I don't care how you cut it. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care who was in, who was out, whatever the case may be. Quick question, Grayson. Do these games come with an asterisk by them?
No, if you look like really close, and you might need a magnifying glass, but you actually will not find an asterisk in the record book for this one.
Oh, okay. So that happens to pretty much everybody, huh? Injuries happen to everybody. Last time I checked, when Peyton Wilson was out with shoulder injuries for an entire year, we still had to win a ball game, and we did so. Last time I checked, we talked about the 4-string quarterback thing. At the end of the day, regardless of who was or was not there, this was a hell of a team win by the Pack. This is what this team can be when they're firing at their highest clip. And I'm going to tell you something. Will Wade, we trust you, and we believe in you. But, brother, we need some more Matt Abel minutes. We need some more. I mean, the young man is a man-child. He's I'm going to just let you in on the little secret here, okay? If we look at Matt Abel and what he has done this season statistically, he continues to get better and better and better with each game. How much so? I want you to take a guess, Grayson. Do you know when Matt Abel's career high came?
Tonight.
Correct. Tonight. Do you want to know when Matt Abel's career second high came?
It was Saturday against Miami.
The young man just keeps getting better. He keeps getting better. And with all due respect to, the rest of our guards, the rest of our backcourt and all that, he just gives you so much. He's making it impossible to leave him on the bench. He's making it impossible. He's a plus defender. He's a really good rebounder. He's making the right passes. And the shot is the shot is the shot. I mean, Matt Abel, he is not scared of any moment. And we talked about this on our last episode. Who took the last shot of the game against Miami?
Matt Abel.
Matt Abel. Man, I'm going to tell you what. This is the type of stuff. This is the type of team. This is where you want to be. This is I mean, how can you not be geeked up about a win like this? This ain't just a win. This is domination.
Yeah.
This is domination. You know what I mean? They're big over there said, oh, we putting belt on everybody. Yeah, you escape with wins against your rival, buddy. We put 20-point dubs on people. We give you a 20-piece nugget, and we're very excessive with the sauce. We're very liberal with it. You take as many sauces as you want, brother. Take as many as you want back to Carborough over there, okay? I'm just saying, this is the type of stuff that I absolutely love to see. This is the type of game that, at the end of the day, whatever you feel about Will Wade, I hold him accountable for the losses. I hold his feet to the fire for not having his team prepared. I hold his feet to the fire for a collapse like last game. But I'm also going to celebrate the fact that we keep hearing first time since however long. At the end of the day, hey, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing to have this going. It's amazing to have this momentum going. And at the end of the day, when we look at all of the statistics from this game, it adds up to what we thought this game would have to be. We said this team would have to score over 80 to win this ball game. Quick question, Grace. How many did they score?
82.
We said you got to keep it within 3 on the rebounding battle. We lost that, or keep it within 5, rather, on the rebounding battle. Quick question, Grace. What was that rebounding battle again?
I think we only lost that by 2, actually.
Oh, okay. This is the stuff that we need to see. And again, whoever Darian Williams talked to before the game, this game, whoever he talked to that got him geeked up and ready for this one, I need that every time. I need this energy every time, because this here is the type of game that if the team plays like this the rest of the way, we'll be just fine. We'll be just fine. Coming out of the gates, streaking, hot, and not letting up, not relenting for a single second. This is the type of performance that this team is capable of at their highest clip.
Exactly. And again, that's why I've been saying, things are never as good as they seem and never as bad as they seem. And so NC State, I think especially in a year like this one, you have to find that happy medium somewhere in the middle, because it has been a little bit of a roller coaster year. But when they level back out and they play like they did tonight, again, you realize they can play with anybody. And yeah, I know, I got it. Caleb Wilson didn't play. I got it, guys. But we put 114 on the road against Florida State. Florida State's been playing better of late. Now, are they going to make anything of the rest of the season? Probably not. But the point remains, we've shown offensive firepower that very few teams can actually go bar for bar with. Hitting 19 threes, not once, but 2 different times this season. When we're rolling at our highest clip and we're communicating well, not just on offense, but defense as well, again, we're there. We're a good team. We are an NCAA tournament team. That is, after tonight, that might be now solidified. I don't want to speak too soon, so don't hold that to me. But we're a good team. We're a damn good team. And Will Wade knew that in the beginning of the season, but I think what he didn't foresee is some of the issues in getting through to them, getting them to buy in altogether. One of my favorite Kentonisms is not everyone has to be a star, but you need to star in your role. And I think a night like tonight, you saw that maybe more than you have in other times this season. I think the SMU game, you saw that. I think the Clemson game, you saw that. At our best, we've shown that we can be right where we want to be. We can be in the top 4 of the ACC. We can be a tournament lock. It's all right there, y'all. And I know in some roundabout way, it does make it kind of more frustrating when you lose the game to Miami, because, like I said, the game was won until it literally was not one, and we handed that away. And that one stings. And I know Will Wade still talks about the Georgia Tech game as well. I think that game is only going to age worse at this point, because it's like, how the hell did we lose that game when we have a game like tonight where we show that we can play like that? Still don't have the answer for that. But, I mean, again, it's a great win. You had to have it. You had to handle your business, and you did. So overall, pleased with the performance tonight. How could you not be? Something else that really stuck out to me was the turnovers tonight. I think UNC had 12 turnovers. We had only 4. Great job of taking control of the basketball. It's that thing we talk about a lot where you're not giving them, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different opportunities to find another way to bury you. And to Kenton's point, the rebounding tonight, it was better. And again, for the 38th time here, I know UNC didn't have their 2 best rebounders. I know. But we still had to exert better effort than we've been showing of late on the boards. And tonight, I thought we did that. Matt Abel was physical in the paint tonight. I thought Musa Sanye was physical. I just wish he wasn't a baby giraffe at times. I need a little bit more body control from him and, finishing at the rim. That'd be nice. But mixing it up in the paint, even there, times where Darian's off the floor and Scotty Boubé, I don't know if he would have played anyway, but he didn't play at all tonight because he was hurt. This team found a way, regardless of who they had in and what they had going for them. They found a way to connect as a team, and at the end, they got it done.
I don't care who did or did not play. I do not care. I do not care. Oh, congrats on beating our second team. Now, wait a minute. I was told that Seth Trimble should be all ACC first team over Quadric Copeland.
Oh, don't worry. I got it bookmarked. It's coming out soon. Don't worry.
That man was in the deepest depths of hell. He was on Alcatraz Island. What? That 23-hour lockdown playing ball on Pelican Bay. That's what happened tonight. So I don't care who did or didn't play. Oh, everything would have been better if it would have been this, if it would have been that. If woulda, couldas, or shouldas. If ifs and wishes and buts and all that good stuff mattered in life, right? If ifs and buts were berries and nuts, squirrels would never starve. But we live in the real world. Okay, we live in a real world where you got to deal with what you got to deal with. People are who they are. Whatever happened is what it is. We saw what we saw. So at the end of the day, and also don't blame us. Don't blame us for the fact that the ACC only scheduled us one time. Hey,
what do you want us to do?
What should we storm Charlotte about this? I'm sorry, not really our style here. So belt to behind. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to put belt on somebody. And you know what happens, Grayson? When you get that real good whooping, that you know what happens? You start crying so hard, you go to sleep. You start crying so hard, you don't even need dinner that night because you got that good whooping. You got some good marks on you, some good whelps. It's beyond the statute of limitations. Don't y'all call CPS on my mother. She's the same. You get them good whelps and you just go to sleep. And you know what? That's what's happened. That's what's happening right now in our comments, Grayson. They're crying a little bit, but they're gonna go to sleep in a little bit. They don't even need dinner because that's how bad that whooping that the Pack put on them was. They just gonna go to bed just crying, just down a little bit. So it's unfortunate, couldn't happen to a better team. Oh, what a world we live in. What a travesty. But hey, if anything, you could always say this is our Super Bowl. That helps, right? That always makes you feel better. Just call it our Super Bowl. That's what y'all do in football every year, right? Y'all say, oh, this is your Super Bowl, and you go on about your losing ways, which is why we got to go back to the invent of the microwave or something like that to the last time y'all got a definitive lead over the Pack. Just call it our Super Bowl.
Obviously, more to discuss here. We'll take a little bit of a quick look around the rest of the ACC and what tonight's win really means for the Wolfpack. Stick with us. This comes after another quick word from our sponsors.
I'm Clea Butler, host of Locked On Women's Basketball, and this is Mazda's Women's Basketball Snapshot, celebrating the work no highlight reel can ever capture. It was a heavyweight showdown between number 3 South Carolina and number 7 LSU, and the Gamecocks rose to the occasion. South Carolina secured a hard-fought 79-72 victory to stay atop the SEC standings, using a balanced offensive attack to outlast the Tigers. Tessa Johnson led the way with 21 points, while Raven Johnson added 19. Medina Okot dominated the paint with a double-double, finishing with 12 points and 17 rebounds, while Joyce Edwards chipped in 10 points to round out the scoring. With the statement win, the Gamecocks now turn their attention to a road matchup at number 23 Alabama on Thursday. These moments are earned off the clock, those long before the lights ever come on. The sweat, the fakes, the doubt, the scrapes, and coming back for more every time. Mazda puts that same drive into every detail. Wins define the moment, putting in the work, that defines you. There's more to a Mazda because there's more to you.
All right, last couple minutes here of our Tuesday evening post-game live. Obviously, big win for NC State tonight, 82-58. Let's talk a little bit more about what this may mean moving forward, because obviously you stumbled and you fell and you scraped both knees and probably busted your ankle and broke your arm and you broke your face is what I mean to say against Miami. You let one get away and that one sucked. But I think there is a little small element that you win tonight and it kind of patches that a little bit. Not entirely, but it feels good to win this one because it puts you right back in that conversation for a top 4 seed. Now, coming up this weekend, we got to go on the road to Charlottesville and play UVA. Very tough game. Very tough game. Is it winnable? Yes, because you know why? Every game's winnable and every game is losable. However, there's some deficiencies that we've seen against Louisville, against Miami, even some pockets against UNC tonight that have to be fixed if you want a real shot to go on the road and beat Virginia. But, looking at the ACC standings here, Duke and UVA look pretty much locked in to that top 4. So there's essentially 2 spots left to be fighting for. Another very big result tonight was SMU beat Louisville by 10. That is significant because Louisville has been kind of sneaking their way back up in the standings, and SMU has successfully knocked them right back down a peg. So that helps NC State tonight. Last I checked here, Virginia Tech is down 1 with 3 seconds left. I believe they have the ball. So looks like a last-second shot. Maybe that happens, maybe it doesn't. But regardless, there's still work on the table here for NC State. If you can find a way, and I mean really find a way against UVA because they're not letting teams really find any way to beat them for the majority of the season. They have only 3 losses, but really big game coming up against UVA. And so getting back on track tonight after beating UNC, it puts you right back in that conversation that we've been having all season long. Everything we set the goals for, everything we want is right there on the table. What will you do? And by you, I mean, what will Will Wade do? What will Darian Williams do? Quadir Copeland, Paul McNeil? What does this team want to do to get there? Will you do whatever it takes to make that leap and accomplish both of those goals? Like we said on here before, NC State has never had the double bye in the ACC tournament. Think about that for a second. Since 2014, not one single time have they done it. I see Miami has now beat Virginia Tech, so that kind of stings for us. Anyway, work to be done here. You got to go on the road and play UVA. If you beat that one, that's a massive one to get back in the win column and kind of hoist yourself really in that conversation. Obviously, you still have to play Duke. You got to play Stanford and Notre Dame. I don't like the concept of trap games, but let's all be real here. Those will be trap games. They will. Those are can't-lose games. You absolutely, at all costs, have to find a way to get those done. But like we said, everything that we wanted to accomplish in year 1, like Kenta was telling you, think about all these records that are falling off the board. Will Wade's just plucking things off the wall. Oh, your biggest win since Carolina? Yeah, year 1, done. Your biggest ACC road win? Yep, year 1, done. Your largest margin victory? Yep, guess what? Year 1, done. If you can't see all that and not understand that we are trending in a better direction than maybe we ever have as a program, you're going to have struggles. You're going to have games that you blow and you feel like you should have won. But on the total here, on the whole, you're sitting right now 5th in the ACC. You're within striking distance of the top 4. Guys, you're watching one of the better regular seasons that we've seen since I think like 2004. We were a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament way back in 2004. This is one of the best regular seasons you've seen since then. This is the guy for the job, and in his hands, this program will only continue to move forward.
Grayson, I think you're underselling how important that UVA game is. UVA
might be.
Is 1 game ahead of us right now. Now, granted, between us and them, they also play between us playing them, they also play Georgia Tech. But at most, they'll be a game and a half ahead of us.
Yeah.
And here's a fun fact about that. You know who they also have to play coming down the stretch outside of NC State? Duke.
Hello.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying, do what you got to do. Obviously, when you need help, you need help. Yeah, sure. But You've got to keep showing up. You can't control what happens with the rest of the conference. You can't control whether or not, Duke or UVA win and lose. You can't control that. You can't control whether or not Clemson wins or loses. It's not your concern. This team needs to do all they can and let the chips fall where they may. But more nights like this are needed. Yes, we know this team is up and down and all around. Yes, we know that. We know that's fine. But the reality is you cannot, just kind of say, oh, well, it's over with and, we beat a bad UNC team. It doesn't matter. This team still has very meaningful basketball left. And if you win that game, I want you to think about this now. You win that game against UVA, you have put yourself squarely in position to get that double bye. You've put yourself right back there. That conversation is not out. You just got to take it one game at a time because the rest of these games, we got some tough competition. Notre Dame and Stanford are the exception, not the rule for the rest of the way.
Yeah.
We got tough competition. So be ready, lock in, and get it done.
Last couple sentiments before we get out of here. I know we all want to celebrate this on a Tuesday night. This is interesting. Y'all want to talk about asterisks here. Don't they play their intro video over there in the hole that they play in? They say, this is Carolina basketball. Yeah, I guess there's an asterisk on that. It's Carolina basketball, except when you're missing a couple players injured, then the game, well, it doesn't count. You just beat our second team, and, it wasn't fair. And, yeah, maybe if we had a full-strength team, we would have whooped y'all. Yeah, that sounds like an asterisk to me. What's this making excuses of supposedly a blue blood? That's foreign concept to your boy. 24-point win over the Dirty Foot Club. You love to see it. You love to see it. You had to get this one. Rivalry win. Will Wade is 1-0 against the Dirty Foot Club. That feels pretty good. I know it's one game, but Hubert Davis got some catching up to do. Now, quickly has one foot in the hole here. Like I said, new sheriff in town, but it feels great. It feels great getting back on track. And again, I want to implore everyone, don't get too high, don't get too low. Because you beat an injury-laden team, that doesn't mean, oh, yeah, we're back, we're taking the ACC by storm. Everything's back on, red reckoning, this, that, and the other. And it's also not, well, we still lost to Georgia Tech. Well, we still lost to Miami. I have some questions about Will Wade's leadership. And can he coach in the late game? I don't know. He's making mistakes, not calling timeouts. It's somewhere in the middle. And guess where the middle led us tonight? A 24-point victory over the Dirty Foot Club. So just enjoy this for what it is. And I know we beat Clemson earlier, we beat SMU earlier. This may be like the first real moment. I'm walking this all the way back to the introductory press conference for Will Wade in Raleigh. One of the things that stuck with me, he said he wants to bring back the pride in the NC State fan base. He wants us to go to the water cooler the next morning, puff our chest out, and say, yeah, that's right, we are NC State, and we whooped you last night, and there's more coming. Well, guess what, y'all? Wednesday morning, the time has arrived. This is our chance. I know y'all got some Dirty Foot Clubbers in your office. Let them know something tomorrow morning. Hold your coffee right up next to that water cooler. Are you getting water? I'm drinking coffee. I was up late celebrating last night. Oh, celebrating what? You might ask. 24-point dub. Yeah, this is our moment. Feels good. Relish in this, okay? Let them know something. We deserve this.
Hey, listen, at the end of the day, Grayson's a much kinder man than me. I ain't no too high after beating the Dirty Foot Club. I don't give a damn what we beat them in. I don't care if it's hockey in the backyard brawl. I don't care if it's on the football field. I don't care if it's on the basketball court. I don't care if it's on the badminton court. I don't care if it's on the pickleball court. I don't care if it's club baseball. I don't care if it's regular baseball. I don't care if it's softball. I don't care if it's bowling. I don't care if it's cheese wheel. I don't care if it's a pissing contest. It does not matter to me. You beat those bozos, you celebrate. You have a good time. There was some bozo in the comments talking about, I bet you're going to eat good tonight, big boy. You're damn right I am. You're damn right I am after a win like this. Yeah. Go pick your mans up. Tell them the whole world saw them. I know y'all like to record without people's consent, but the whole world just saw what you did. The whole world just saw what happened to you. Pick your mans up. Wolfpack up 1,000 right now.
Yeah, that Jaden High fella, he's got a weird case. Why is he around? Interesting. Anyway, great win, 24-point victory over the Dirty Foot Club. Feels great, but winning the next one against UVA, well, that might feel even better. Celebrate this. Let somebody know something on a Wednesday morning. Pack win, 82-58 inside the Lenovo Center. Much more to talk about over the course of the rest of this week. But as always, thank you all so much for joining us here. I know it's late. We all got work tomorrow, but I think it might be fun in the office if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Be sure to hit that like button, drop your comments in the comment box, mash that subscribe button if you have not already. We'll catch you back here tomorrow on Wednesday for more. And until then, go Pack.
Go Pack. Breaking out the Will Wade sheets tonight.